Hey guys, it's Charismom, and so today we're going to be talking about parenting. Hey guys, so I just, I see a lot of things on Facebook and, where parents are struggling or, they don't know what to do with their kids. And I have people who tell me all the time, what do you do with your kids? Because your kids are always so well behaved. They're always very well mannered. They're very respectful. And I have to say I've really been blessed. All my girls, I have 6 of them. One of them I can't claim as far as raising her, but she still is an amazing young woman. She's still sweet as can be and very respectful. But with that being said, I think that with parenting, with having 6 children, and none of them are alike in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and I can't parent them exactly the same. Now, not to say that we don't have the same rules. The rules are the rules in my house and they don't change whether you're 30 years old and come over with your children, or if you're 2 years old and you are just newly into the home. It just doesn't happen. My rules, I'm very consistent with my rules. And I think my biggest thing as being a parent, if I can pass anything on to moms, is respect your kids. And I know that kind of ruffles people's feathers, but what I mean is respect your kids as your children are a gift. I'm Christian, so I'm going to say your children are a gift from God. And they're not your property. And they're not yours to demean and belittle. They're a gift for you to nurture and love and help them become the best person that they can possibly be. And I think that is my success. Not that we haven't had trials and tribulations in our family, because we have. Not that I haven't royally screwed up as a mom, because I have. I'm human. But all in all, my children are successful. My children know that they're loved. They're balanced, and they're good people. Like, they're genuinely, each one of my girls just has a heart of gold, and they're all humanitarians in their own little way. They all have their little niche of, this is what I'm going to stand for. And I encourage that. I don't, even if it's something politically that I don't agree with. I tend to be very conservative. I would definitely be a moderate conservative. I have 2 children who are liberal as liberal can be. I have a teenager daughter. I have two other girls that are kind of like in that moderate. And then the 7-year-old, she just kind of copies whatever. She hasn't really, came into her own yet, obviously, is what she thinks politically. But I encourage that. I encourage my girls to educate themselves and go out and, find out who you are and voice who you are. Do it in a loving manner. Never do it in a disrespectful manner. Never, attack anyone. But embrace who you are and be comfortable with that. Kind of like ranting, but I think sometimes as parents we get so frustrated because maybe we have fears of things that we have done in our past that we don't want our kids to do. That's fair. But you have to still realize that child is not you. Yes, the child is your progeny. It comes out of you, but the child is not you. And you have to respect your kids. You have to respect your kids. And I know that in the Bible it says, children respect your parents. But further down in that, it does tell you not to anger your children. And what that means is don't be so overbearing and so domineering and so crazy about stuff that your kids actually become angry towards you, where they don't want to be around you and they don't want to live a life like you. So you have to parent with love first. And we have a rule in our house, and some people are I'm probably gonna get, hate comments for this, but that's okay. Since we do have all girls, my husband's not allowed to spank my girls. If there's going to be any spanking done, which does not happen often, but if it is going to be done, it's going to be done by me, because my girls are never, ever, ever going to think that it's okay for a man to put his hands on them. And I know some of you are thinking, but that's their dad. Yes, that is their dad. So even more so, I don't want that kind of thing in their head of, well, my dad hit me, that's okay. Now, my dad never spanked me. I think my dad smacked me one time in my face. I think he spanked me one time. I take that back. So maybe 2 times in my life has my dad ever put his hands on me. Maybe that's why I feel like that. Like, you know, I'm so strong about that, because I adore my father and I have a really good relationship with my father. So it's just one of those things that I don't want my girls to ever think that that's okay. And so that's one of the rules in our house. I don't let my kids spend the night at places. They're allowed to spend the night at grandparents' homes, their sisters' homes, but they're not allowed to spend the night at friends' houses. Probably think that's crazy too. But myself personally, I, you know, have had things that happened to me when I was a young person, by spending the night at people's houses, and having older brothers and older siblings that lived in the home. And I don't want my children experiencing that. You're probably thinking, well, you can't protect them forever. No, I can't. And I can't shelter them 100% from the world, but it is my job to protect them. It is your job as a parent to protect your children. And it is also your job as a parent to discipline your children. There is discipline in my home. You don't backtalk. You damn straight don't backtalk. You can raise your opinion and you can voice your opinion, but you can't scream your opinion. You have to, you know, raise your case, not your voice. So I do allow my children to debate with me, but they can never be disrespectful. They can't, you know, say nasty words. And it can't be a talking point. Like when they say something, they have to have the research and the backup. So I do make my children think. Now, again, is it always perfect? No. Do we lose kind of our temper at times? Yeah, we're human. But just be, hold on. What?
Will you read me a story?
Yes, give me a few minutes. I'm doing a, you want to come say hi?
Okay.
You got something in your hair.
Yeah, that's right.
Say hi, Mini-Me.
Hi.
See? All right. I'll be there in a little bit. You want to take your rice with you?
I'll just go like,
Get
out of me.
Ew, now I'm going to think I have like maggots on my floor or something. Where'd it go? Pick it up, please.
I don't even know.
I don't even know where it went either. Okay. All right. I will be there in a few minutes.
Okay. Thanks for letting me say hi.
You're welcome.
Hi, guys.
Love you.
Bye, Mom.
All right, so again, and that one is me, and that's why I call her my mini-me. She's headstrong, and I can't parent her the same way that I do the oldest at home child. The oldest at home child is a thinker. She's very quiet, very, let me process this before I do anything. She has to, you know, just kind of meditate, I guess, before she can, like, you know, say things. She's my worrier. My eldest at home is my worrier. Whereas the mini-me is, she's just, you know, whatever, let's go. You know, she's very spontaneous, and that she didn't get from me. That she got from her daddy, because I am not a spontaneous person. But just, you know, love your children for who they are and look at their gifts that they have. Never shame your child. You know, kids nowadays have it so much harder than we did. I mean, 100 times harder than we did. And, you know, ask them how their day is. Sit down at the table and have dinner. Have conversations with them. Check their damn Facebook. Check their phones. You know, you're the parent. You're not their friend. Friendship comes later when they're adults and they're out of your home. You know, but anyway, that's my rant on parenting. Love your kids where they're at. You don't have to beat them. But I tell you what, if you respect your children, they're going to respect you. And you're going to get a lot further. You're not going to have all the headaches. All my kids have done well in school. Every last one of them. Now, like I said, the one that I didn't get the honor of raising, her mother did an amazing job with her. She still did really well in school. So they're good kids, and I'm very proud of them. I'm proud that, you know, I'm their mom, but I was the one that was blessed. I was the one that was truly blessed with having them in my life. And think about that for a change. You know, flip that script. When your kid just pisses you off and irritates the living hell out of you, stop and pause and think, you know, what did I do when I was a kid? How did my parents handle it? Did I like how my parents handled it? And if you didn't, don't make that same mistake. You know, break that cycle, break that mold, and, you know, raise great, amazing people, strong people who think for themselves and who can stand on their own 2 feet. All right, guys, God bless.